live? Is it live? Is it live?
From Mike Anderson Seafood, Wesley at Nicholson. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Live at Lunch 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Charles Handegriff, Jimmy Ibe, Jordan Kitchens back in the studio. Got a busy day, a lot going on today. Andy Isco's always with us on Tuesdays.
After
Andy's,
a 2-0 day Sunday.
Yeah, he's been hot with his picks, so we're anxious to see what he's got to say. Greg Bowser's with Talk LSU football with A&M coming to town. Henry Hayes with us. NBA season starts for the Pels tonight. And
No, not tonight.
I'm sorry,
Pels.
tomorrow.
The
Pels
NBA
tomorrow night.
starts
NBA tonight. Pels tomorrow night. Thank you. We got first class, second class, no class. The World Series is set, so we got plenty. And a doubleheader in Monday Night Football. Jimmy, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, great.
We always love October. There's always a ton going on. So let me ask you first about the Lions last night against the Bucs. This is two of the top teams in the NFC. Would not be a huge shock if this was the NFC Championship game. And the Lions went out and took control of this thing pretty much from the very beginning. And despite the fact that they were pretty sloppy, squandered a lot of good field position. They had a missed field goal. They had a interception. They had a fumble. They had a turn it over on downs. They outgained Tampa by more than 200 yards in the first half, but it was only 14-3. But the Lions kept it together and kind of coasted home in the second half for a 24-9 win. The logjam at the top of both of these conferences, you can make a case for a lot of teams. So the case now for the Lions, this is their best win. They beat the Ravens back in Baltimore, but now we know that Baltimore is not quite as good. So this is, in my opinion, their best win. They lost that opening game at Green Bay, no shame in that, and they lost a game at Kansas City, no shame in that. So we start to think about the Lions.
A couple of key plays, but the Lions aren't going anywhere. I was
going to say, do we start to think of them as the best team in the NFC?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they have a chance,
yeah.
And their schedule is so much tougher this year. But the placement of it, sort of their rest situations are more favorable. Kelvin Shepard has taken. I mean, this is a secondary that's all banged up, and then you lose Branch for a game too because of the punch in Kansas City, and they took the front runner for the MVP going into this game and completely shut him down. Completely shut him down. Baker didn't play well. Got Evans and Ibuka back. Evans for a little bit, but I was amazed how little Tampa Bay could move the ball last night. I mean, he had been shredding everybody, and it was a matchup where they should be able to throw the ball, and it was not even close. Not even close. So I had Tampa Bay, and the only thing in this game, it should have been worse.
Yeah, all that squandered field position. I was given where those possessions went. They could have easily added to this thing. I'm with you on Shepard. I liked him as a player, and he has had a rocket ship ride to defensive coordinator status. I mean, this happened in a hurry. It was just 4 years ago that he was basically an analyst on LSU staff. Now he's an NFL defensive coordinator, so that's great for him. I'll tell you what I was thinking watching last night's game, and I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment just because of the game that he had last night, but watching Jahmyr Gibbs, this has been one of the best two-headed monsters since they put it together 2 years ago in his rookie season with him and David Montgomery. And again, I don't want to get too caught up about last night, but watching him account for well over 200 yards and the way they use him in the pass game and his explosiveness, and he's got a little bit of experience now, so all of the nuances of the game besides just the instinctive running seem to be coming there, and I'm wondering if he's this year's Saquon Barkley. If they have a superstar.
I don't think he's going to get the amount of carries to be.
I don't think he'll get the amount. I don't think he'll get the amount of touches either because of Montgomery and their receivers and all that. But I do think his role increases. I think it's more as they get down into.
People have been calling for that for a long time.
Okay, well now I think
he's got a lot of Tony Dorsett to him.
You didn't
a
see
lot.
Montgomery until the middle of the second quarter now. Yeah, and I think you're starting to see. Uh, is he emerging as one of
Well, they're
the
worried about
top?
the wear and tear, Charlie, and that's
Sure.
part of it. And so, is he's not a tremendously big back. He's not small, but they're worried about. But he is yards per touch, or just but Montgomery's a good back. Is there a better
Yeah.
back combination in the league? And usually you need a couple. So he's probably that guy. But no, Gibbs he runs hard and he can go. Man, he's a home run hitter. I mean, at any point. I mean that they had Swift on their team when they made this pick, and it was a little puzzling. Running backs taken in the first round. So, no, he's like I said, they're wondering like the most high profile game the Lions have played in, the conference championship game in San Francisco. Why did he not touch the ball more? I mean, his yards per touch in that game. Why? I mean, there's a lot of mouths to feed. They, Goff is one good thing about the Lions offense. They have no tendencies. I mean, you can go to St. Brown, you can go to Williams, you can go to tight end, you can go to the two backs. I mean, there's a lot of different things. Montgomery's been really, really good. He doesn't look like he's lost much of his power and in effectiveness. Those tough yards, especially it was a touchdown maker. In the red zone. So no, they've been calling for it for a little bit. Is that trending this year? Is his between the percentage breakdown between the two backs, or is his numbers up? Period. His touches.
His touches have stayed about the same in the rush game. He's gotten a few more in the receiving game, but the averages are what's really moving in the other direction. And he averaged 8 yards a carry last night. Montgomery averaged.
Well, when you pop a 75-yarder.
Sure, but he had another 60 yards besides that. For Montgomery, 2 of the last 3, you've been under 4 yards, and the other one was against Kansas City where he only touched the ball 4 times. What I'm saying to you is it seems like it's starting to trend more where Gibbs is going to be the lead back and Montgomery is going to be a complimentary back more so than it was before.
I've been calling for that for a while.
Well, it may be it may be the time, and maybe it was this this primetime game against a big time contender in the NFC.
Is Tampa Bay a big time contender?
I think they are. I think they are. I like the way Baker has played.
He played bad last night.
He played bad last night, but I like the way he played in the 5 game. Didn't you put money on him for MVP last week?
Yeah,
okay.
I killed him.
Okay, well,
I'm on a roll right
now.
now.
The Bucs appreciate that, but no, I think Baker has played really well. I think that defense is more than adequate. And they have had a lot of injuries. They lost Mike Evans last night. He's pretty much done for most of the year. They had lost Emeka Egbuka for a couple of games. He got back last night. Now, he didn't play a big role, but he was really coming on right out of the chute as a rookie. And I think he can be a number 1 receiver for them.
Gosh, it seems like Gibbs has been there longer, huh? That was
It's
just
his
rookie
third year.
Yeah, it seems like he's been there longer. That was his rookie year when they got to the conference championship game.
He was a 20-year-old rookie. So he was young when he got into the league.
His yards per carry is actually down from the previous 2 years. It's 5.1 this year. Last year was 5.6 and 5.2. It's close. Passing touches are down from last year too. Charlie was 9.9 of reception, 7.5 this year. So
I think he's going to be a dominant guy the rest of this year.
He's a great back. He
always
has been.
I think he's on the verge of taking over as one of the top guys in the league. But we'll see. Maybe last night was just another in a long line of
he's
good games. Is he? Well, I ask you, can he be Saquon Barkley?
No.
Okay.
No, he can't. He can't carry that type of load. I mean, how many touches did Barkley have last year?
Over 400.
And what's his total for? Let's see. Last year he had 250 rushing and 52, so 302 was his high mark. His first year was 234, and then 302. He's at 130 this year through 7 games.
Yeah.
So it's 130 through 7 games. So, looking at a trend in, how many give him a 1 playoff game? 2? Let's go 2.
Okay.
Okay, so, I mean, he's about 360, 350, 360.
So,
If they play 2 playoff games, and now Barkley didn't play game 17. Remember, he sat out.
he sat out. He was
Yeah.
at 2,000
But he played
yards.
3 playoff games.
Yeah.
He's not getting to 400, but can he get to 330, 340?
There's nobody I like better than the Lions in the NFC right this second. Okay.
I could see that.
But there's plenty of teams that are in the conversation, including the one that won the second game last night, which was the Seahawks against the Texans. And they jumped out, kind of like Detroit. They jumped out to a lead. They had some opportunities to widen it more than they did. The Texans end up getting a cheap field goal at the end, so they take some momentum into the locker room, and Seattle comes out in the third quarter, and they do what they need to do to put themselves in position to win the game. Couple of controversial calls in this game. One of them on the safety early. I didn't have a strong opinion on it.
The initial contact was in play.
Yeah, I thought it was the right call, but they hemmed and hawed about that one for a little bit. So Seahawks.
What about the touchback call? I couldn't figure that one out.
No, I kind of.
What?
But where do you have the Seahawks? Because Seahawks, Bucs, Lions, Eagles,
Seahawks
Packers
lost a couple of key games. This is the outlier. How did Seattle has shut down just about everybody that they played, minus Tampa Bay? How did that team? It's just week to week. How did that team go to Seattle and go through that defense and can't get a first down last night against Detroit when the whole secondary is banged up? I mean, it's week to week. There's no doubt, but it's Seattle's got a chance. Can Darnold maintain it? Can he sustain? Jigba he definitely got a little bigger and stronger in the weight room in the offseason, and he is more suited to play. We always know his skills, his separation. He's square, but now he can handle a little bit of that rough part of the physicality of playing in the NFL. They got a great chemistry. Man, they went right at Stingley. They didn't have any problem.
Yeah, he's been the most productive receiver in the NFL through 7 games.
They got a nice 1-2 punch at running back. The Los Angeles kid who transferred back home from Michigan to Charbonnet, back to UCLA. LSU played against him in that game out in Pasadena. They got a shot. They have a critical loss already, though, at home to San Francisco in that opening week. And so if San Francisco beats them again, and the Rams, it's a 3-team race for the NFC West. But if they've got to go on the road and be a wild card route, that's going to be tough for them. But they have a chance. Can Darnold continue? I mean, he's only played 7 games with this new team. Can he continue to expand as opposed to just fold at the end of the season?
He may not have the coach, but he's got all of the weapons that he had a year ago. But he's got all of the weapons. I mean,
he's got a little bit more experience too. He looks the first 7 games look better than the first 7 in Minnesota last year.
Confidence. He's got confidence.
Oh, he's letting it go, man.
He's got confidence.
Man, in a Tampa Bay game, did you see the fourth down where he had to scramble? And remember, he was a good runner at USC.
The 38-35 game. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, and he kind of flipped it. It was an unbelievable play. It was one of the better games in the NFL this year, and he did all he could. The defense just could not hold up. We're live here at Mike Anderson's on Lee, just off of Nicholson. Oyster Night, each and every Tuesday night over here at Mike Anderson's, 5 to 9 in the Oyster Bar. Come on by and see us again. Half off. Oysters on the half shelf. That little nip in the air, oysters getting a little bit more firm, a little bit more salty as we get into the cooler months of the season. Mike's behind the bar over here, shucking away already. He's always unbelievable service over here. My buddy Shane. Shane had a birthday. Happy birthday to Shane.
Okay.
He's we have not talked to him since Nashville. Not sure if he's still in Nashville, but anyway. So
did we send a gift?
He's one of our favorite. Oh, we always gift Shane.
Okay.
Every time I come in. So anyway, what's up? It's that man. It is a must stop. You coming in? You know some people coming in for Texas A&M this weekend. Man, LSU or A&M fans, make sure they stop. I already got reports that Texas fans are making a trip to come pull against the Aggies. How about that?
They are dedicated.
Have Mike Anderson's on list.
They might ought to find a way to make a first down against Kentucky first. Live at Mike Anderson's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
What's going on?
This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111, and ocbrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance. And Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
The Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at thibodeaustore.com.
Baton Rouge, get ready for a fiesta of flavor. Whether you're craving sizzling fajitas, cheesy enchiladas, or the best margaritas in town, Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill have you covered. Bring the family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. From fresh guacamole to mouth-watering tacos that hit just right, it's not just a dinner, it's a celebration. So why wait? Tonight, make it Las Palmas or make it Rio Cantina, two local favorites serving up authentic Mexican taste right here in Baton Rouge. Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill, where every night fiesta.
Do you know what you would do if you were in a car wreck? It's easy to panic when you or someone you care about is hurt in an accident. Who will pay the medical bills? Who will pay the car repair? Who will deal with the insurance companies for you? Protect your rights. You need someone you can trust. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 343-1111. The law offices of O.C. Brown will handle everything for you. 343-1111 or online at ocbrown.com. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
This season, we've got prep football in double coverage. Hey, it's Gade Wazan inviting you to join me Friday nights at 6 for Louisiana Prep Preview, followed by Catholic High Football on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Then over on Talk 107.3, it's Ken Trahan's original Prep Football Report from 6 to 11 p.m., bringing you live in-game updates, final scores, and check-ins with correspondents from every corner of the state. It's all presented by Dr. Pepper. Scores on Talk. Bears on ESPN. It's our prep football double coverage, presented by Dr. Pepper.
Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge. Live at Lunch with Ott and Yanni from Mike Anderson Seafood on Lee Drive on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Well, LSU's football is on a roll. Let's talk NBA. Huh, Charlie?
There's a difference between NBA and Pelicans.
Henry Hayes joins us right now.
I gotta get him on. I didn't know.
Henry's with us here live at Mike Anderson's. Henry, how you doing, buddy?
I'm just here for the free catfish.
Yeah. Hey, but tell me, weigh in on LSU football right now.
I mean, you guys have said it all. I don't have much to add other than I do think it's interesting, Hanny, and I wanted to run this by you. You know, we're all about the same age, and guys, I can't remember a time when you have so many pissed off fan bases.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
yeah.
and quick, red
Yeah.
hot. And I think that's because this is one of the boomerang effects of NIL, where people's tolerance is less, and I don't know. You just have you have
They're
such a.
paying more and getting and they're expecting more.
That's right.
That's life.
That's right.
So you mean you gotta pay the players now, and now they tell and what the fans we realize it, Charlie. When you get the money from your boosters, your player budget, that gives you a chance to compete.
Yeah,
It doesn't guarantee it. I mean, there's a high pay. Check out the Mets. So they didn't even make the playoffs. So I mean, it's a pro league now, and so when your player budget, you need it to compete, and I think that's fair, but doesn't guarantee you. And when you got Indiana and Vanderbilt winning games, somebody's going to pay.
That's right.
Somebody's going to pay.
All of those things plus the 12-team playoff, I think, has ratcheted the pressure up even more. I think there were a lot of fan bases, this one included, that could say, okay, if we don't get to a 4-team playoff, but every 4 years, but the other years are 9 or 10 wins, okay. But if you don't make the playoffs for 2 years, okay? Somebody told me this a few weeks ago. They said, any major program that doesn't make the playoffs for 2 years is going to fire their coach. I said, I think that's a little bit extreme. But there's a little bit of truth in that. That if you don't if you go a 2-year period for instance, Ryan Day couldn't survive, I don't think, 2 years not making the playoff at Ohio State. And he's got a national title. Kirby could probably survive it, but you could probably count the coaches on one hand that could survive going 2 years without going to the playoffs where the contract's not involved. The contract's saving some guys. I don't think there's any question about that. And that may be the case here next year. But
I'll tell you this, the thing that's not good for LSU, guys, I thought Ole Miss and Ohio State would struggle this year because both those programs put all the chips in the middle last year. Now, Ohio State got their ring. Ole Miss was 9-3 and was 1 win short of going to the playoffs. Look at them now. So they did
I don't
restock.
think Ole Miss has. I don't think they're the same. I think Ohio State reloaded. Ohio State could be the top team in the country.
Well,
Probably
Trinidad
is.
Chambliss helped, obviously.
Oh, sure, yeah. If you go into Simmons, I don't think Ole Miss is as good as they were last year, and I know they're not. Rush defense. I mean, they're number 1 in the country in sacks last year. No, the only team that can run the ball against Ole Miss is LSU. So I mean. Just, they found something in Chambliss. All right, the NBA starts tonight. Pelicans, who one of the things we can see initially, what kind of shape you in? Well, with Zion, it's been about condition. He looks better, huh?
We've done this segment now for probably 6-7 years, and in my mind, I can hear Hanny goes under every year, and he's right. And my optimistic Pelicans glasses come on, and I go over. At 30.5 right now, Jimmy, health is still, and it always is, the number 1 contender. And yes, Zion looks better. We don't know if it's Ozempic Zion or Eat Good Zion or Workout Zion. I mean, you have the attack dogs on the wings, which are as good as anybody, and Herb Jones and Murphy. But DeJounte Murray, you won't get him back until late January, early February. The rookies, can you count on them? And by the way, the West is as good as it's ever been. So 30.5, if gun to my head, I go under because you just can't count on. Yeah, you can't count on Zion being on the floor. And when he's not on the floor and you don't have a point guard, what do you have on that side of the league?
Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's sobering. So so much for turn to flip to bet. It's the Cubs start next week or something, huh?
Well, look.
I mean, where do we go, Charlie? LSU baseball's in the White House, I guess, huh? Yeah.
LSU baseball had a very nice time at the White House yesterday.
All right. Speaking of, Paul Skeens, or it wasn't at the White House, but you're also here for the Blue Ribbon Soiree. This is the 14th year that they've done it. I've been to it. It's a first-class event, trying to raise $2 million this year. And one of my least favorite things to do live auctions. You do it. You do a very good job,
well,
Henry.
thank you.
So we'll talk about some of the items this Sunday at the Renaissance Hotel on Blue Bonnet.
Yeah, well, Ricky and Kathy Leto have done such a good job with this event. Jimmy, me, you, and Charlie are all in our 50s now, and it's one of those things where we're at that stage of life where everybody knows somebody that cancer has affected.
Sure.
And specifically prostate cancer in men. You start hearing about the tests you need to take and, getting to the doctor to avoid it. But you get older down here where we live in Louisiana, man, it's coming for all of us. So these guys have done a great job with Dr. Oliver Sartor, who's some think he's the best in the world at what he does. And so we're raising money to continue to fund the research, for this disease. And like I said, it's been at the Renaissance now for several years. I don't know how they keep inviting me back to do the auction. I guess I make people feel guilty into giving them money. But the Latos have done a great job with actual, because look, there's a lot of auctions in this town. There's a lot of charity events. But these items that they have, actually, they're right up your alley, Ott, with horse racing and baseball games and trips to Europe. So you have to bring your checkbook.
Yes. I mean, all three of them.
Yeah.
Huh? Specifically, rooftop to Wrigley Field.
Rooftop at Wrigley, awesome premier seating, food, beverage, the whole thing. I mean, that's one of those bucket list items. If you're a sports fan, period, you got to go sit in the rooftop at Wrigley. Things like being at the finish line, the Kentucky Derby. We've got other packages. We've got trips to Belize, trips to Italy, into Tuscany area. We've got trips to Costa Rica. There's a bunch of stuff, and it all goes to this great charity. So it's an awesome time. We have the LSU gymnastics team come out now, I think, several years running.
Okay.
So they're there to support. Jay Clark does a great job in helping.
He's awesome, man.
Dee Bro helps with this. Coach Maneri has been helping out. I think he's going to be back this year. I think Paul may or may not be there. But anyway.
LSU gymnast team and ex-LSU gymnasts as well?
I think Livy Dunn, the rumor is she will be in the house.
Okay, all right.
So,
come on, man. We're playing for keeps here. All right, come on.
We're driving those prices up on those packages. Might get Max out there.
Speaking of Max, waste management, 16th.
Waste
The
management.
people that have gone to that skybox, and it's not cheap, but it said it is. There's a lot of things that are hyped. No, it's every bit. It lives up to its hype.
100%. I mean, where on the PGA Tour have they built things like that, and they encourage you to act a fool? Yeah. So.
Well, they had to dial back a little bit on the
Yeah.
Saturday, just kind of
Had some arrests.
But 16th, the 16th. It's now I've talked to multiple people have gone and said, it's, when you have expectations, it just, it's kind of like Penn State football sometimes. I mean, it just doesn't live up to it. So,
Yeah.
or when Charlie telling everybody LSU's the best team in the country after the Clemson win, not me. Yeah, that was me too. So anyway, but it lives up to the hype. So that's an awesome one.
Yeah.
That's a Saturday round.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
a lot of good things like that where, again, not the same old stuff, just like things that people really want to go do.
How to get tickets?
Tickets are on the website. It is
Blue Ribbon Soiree.
Yeah, it's in my. Let me get my my card Miss Kathy gave me. It's really easy. It's it's Blue Ribbon Soiree. Soiree is SOIREE.org.
Yes, it's French.
French.
For small party.
French for Hanny party.
Yes. So anyway, super. All right, NBA. I've been real successful on divisional picks because of load management. The more established teams, the younger teams that are hungry. Whether it was after the bubble when Phoenix went 10-0, so they didn't make the playoffs, but they were big choice, a big price and they won the division. Like last year, the Rockets, not much of a threat. Can't bet them to win it all, but you want to win the division. They win that at a nice price. Give me a price on one of these younger teams that could take advantage of a division that maybe the more established teams don't exactly emphasize the regular season as much.
A real value pick here, Jimmy, but I love the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
So several reasons.
AD going to play.
AD's going to play, and look, I don't care who they're playing, night in, night out, they are going to be tough to deal with defensively. You're talking about long. Anthony Davis is arguably top 5 in the league at on-ball defense. We know that, but few people know Cooper.
Plus 750.
Cooper Flagg, and by the way, Jimmy, Cooper Flagg is not 19 yet. We forget. Last year, he was the player of the year in college basketball. He was 17.
Yeah.
He was the youngest Division I player. Cooper Flagg can guard. In fact, those stories that came out of the practices with Team USA had Flagg locking down his guys. Then you add guys like P.J. Washington, and you add Gafford, and these guys are going to be really, really difficult to score on. So I think, and then remember, they still have D'Angelo Russell, which buckets off the bench, yes, and Kyrie Irving is still on this team. So I love Dallas. I think Flagg's going to bring an energy. And again, I know the division they're in, and the West is loaded, but I think that they're one.
San Antonio doesn't have a chance at plus 475 with their youth. I mean, and they got. We had the rookie of the year last year, Wembanyama.
Yeah, but I was a little disappointed, Jimmy, in their offseason movement. They needed a veteran to really help him out. Yeah. Right now, they're really easy. Well, they're easier to defend because if you stop Wembanyama, you'll take your chances with the rest of them. I was disappointed San Antonio didn't go a little harder in the offseason. So I don't love their over.
The Knicks are minus $3 to win their division.
Yeah, and that's I think of the reason.
Celtics 9-1.
Well, you're hearing Tatum can come back in February. I highly doubt that.
Okay.
He's 27 years old. They're not going to risk that Achilles, so I don't expect him to play this year. They don't have a center. They traded Porzingis. They don't have a Holiday at point, so they're playing for next year. Jaylen Brown carrying them. Hey, good luck.
Right.
Then obviously Cleveland. I think the two best teams in the leagues are the OKC and Denver. I love Denver's over.
One other candidate maybe in the in the Central where Cleveland had that unbelievable regular season. Maybe they dial it back a little bit this year, and a young upstart team in Detroit.
Detroit, boy, they're hungry, and this is the year for Detroit. The Cade Cunningham picks, all the Thompson kid, the league they're playing in. Yeah, that's a really good one. I love that pick. Yeah,
right.
Because they're hungry. Nobody likes to play Detroit. But yeah, I like that one. And like I said, Jimmy, don't sleep on the Nuggets. Everybody remembers.
Nuggets are a great price.
Well, but
to win their division.
What they added on the bench, I love, and they got rid of Michael Porter Jr. And Nicole is still the best player in the league, and it's not close.
And he plays.
Oh yeah.
And he plays.
So I mean, they gave
OKC so young, but they won. Would they take a, So they're I'm conflicted on if they're going to pace themselves and not emphasize the regular season.
Normally, I'd say bet against them because it's the disease of more, right? But he's got all those draft picks in his back pocket, meaning if they want to, they can do something huge at the deadline. They can bring in, you name it.
Where is the item in the auction for $10 million? You can coach a rent-a-win next year for LSU. I mean, they got to get some use out of this.
First 4 plays.
You coach against South? No, the whole damn thing. Who cares? Come on, man. I mean, who can't? MFP. You got $10 million on you. You want to coach against Southeastern? You can win.
Be a good way to raise the money.
The players want it. The players want it. They want to get paid. So
just do it in week 0, huh?
Week 0. There is no doubt. Henry, great stuff, man. How did you get tickets? Show up online,
BlueRibbonSoiree.org, and it's going to be a fun event. Meet the LSU gymnastics team. Come take a picture with Ricky Leto. He's the most handsome man in Baton Rouge. And so, yeah, it's going to be great.
Against hospital orders, is he going to be out? Doctor orders around?
We're going to have an IV drip that might have some gin in it, but he'll be there. It's smiling.
Captain Optimism, yes, indeed. Ricky Leto running the show over there at the Blue Ribbon. Been there. Great event, great cause. So that's this Sunday at the Renaissance on Blue Bonnet. Take a time out, live at lunch, live at Mike Anderson's 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Text Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Brandon Holly here. Did you know Relief Windows is the window, door, hardy plank, and vinyl siding and interior shutter headquarters of the Gulf South? That's right. For nearly 20 years, we have provided you with a lifetime guarantee. Relief from the heat, cold, storms, and sun. So go where thousands have gone to upgrade the exterior and the interior of their homes. ReliefWindows.com. That's ReliefWindows.com.
Sammy's Grill on Highland Road since 1988. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games in a casual atmosphere with the friendliest service. We're now bowling crabs at Sammy's every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday starting at 5 p.m. and on Friday, Saturday, Sunday starting at noon. Sammy serves a wide mix of authentic Louisiana food prepared to order with the best ingredients available. Fresh Louisiana seafood, Cajun favorites, burgers, and po' boys, all built from scratch. Our kids' menu and popular appetizers are sure to please the pickiest of eaters. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road near Starring since 1988.
If you're near the north side of campus, I need to remind you about a couple of longtime favorites. Highland Coffee's the original specialty coffee shop in Baton Rouge since the 1980s. My personal favorite. Love getting my cappuccino from their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Roasted right in the shop. Louis Cafe for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. The Mitchell omelet, Cajun hash browns, Big Cheesy Lou, all served up in that famous open kitchen atmosphere. In Tigertown since 1941. A couple of great spots. Highland Coffee's and Louis Cafe just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana-Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit als.org to learn more. That's als.org.
Live at lunch with Ott and Yanni from Mike Anderson Seafood on Lee Drive on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Heading out to Las Vegas, deep in the desert, lives one man. One man of many sports bets. The one and only Andy Isco.
Andy, how you doing, buddy?
I am doing fine, Jim. I hope you are as well. And unfortunately, I was disappointed with LSU's performance on Saturday.
Yeah, well, you weigh in from an outside perspective. What did you think?
I was surprised because there were so many factors in favor of LSU. It was the best defense, at least in theory, that Vanderbilt was going to have seen all year, other than perhaps Alabama, although I'd say LSU and Alabama not that different. And they had no difficulty moving the ball, which was kind of a surprise. You know, they're going up. You know, Vanderbilt had played very, very well. They've been going up against lesser athletes overall in those games. And you know, the LSU and the Alabama athletes are stronger, faster, bigger, etc. So I was surprised that the game was as high scoring as it was.
Charlie, we talked about this in and out, left and right, and certainly Ole Miss and Vanderbilt are better offenses in Florida and South Carolina, okay, and Louisiana Tech. But throw out SLU, the FCS team, giving up 22-plus points on the road, giving up 9 points a game at home. Is it a little home-away split, too? Well, we know it's better defenses. Andy, we were surprised. That was your biggest surprise, huh? That they didn't punt till the fourth quarter. I mean, when we were breaking down this game, Charlie, we thought that LSU's defense was better than that.
Go ahead,
I expected the offense to perform better than it had, and it did, relative to what perhaps a lot of the models would have suggested against Vanderbilt. But, you know, it was a little bit disappointing, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens this week against Texas A&M, which is playing extremely well, because really LSU still had a chance, although it would have taken some work to make it to the SEC championship game with, you know, had they been able to win out, but that now is pretty much gone, other than having a chance possibly to go into A&M's opportunities.
They're better in this building, obviously, but think about the offenses that they played here, Florida and South Carolina, which had quarterbacks that were, you know, kind of fending for themselves. Florida's got one running back. South Carolina's got almost nothing. The quarterbacks, Trinidad Chambliss and Diego Pavia, are playing at a much higher level. They may not be better draft prospects, but they're playing at a much higher level this season than those two guys that came into Tiger Stadium. And for that matter, better than Cade Klubnik at Clemson. Pavia and Chambliss are playing better than he is, too.
No doubt. No doubt about that. That's what I said earlier, that the caliber of offenses are better that they played on the road. All right, Andy, 2-0 this week in the NFL, man. Well done.
Yeah, it was good because it bounced back from the previous week, which was a little bit. I was sort of contrarian, and the contrarian didn't work the 2 weeks ago. But no, we talked about Arizona the other day. That's yet another one-score game that they've been involved in this year. And fortunately for them, other than the first two games, when they played Carolina and the Saints, they weren't able to come out on top. Although it looked like they had a good chance this week against the Green Bay team that I think we talked when I was talking about the game, that Green Bay has not really been the same since that Week 2 win over Washington.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt that Green Bay looked so good in those first two games, but they needed all they could do. They stole that one from Arizona. I mean, no doubt.
A team that's starting to look really good in the NFL, and I know you got competition. Chicago is doing exactly what was hoped for when Ben Johnson came over from Detroit. He's the head coach. It took a few games, but he certainly has that offensive working very, very well. And when you start having the offense working well, for some reason, defenses tend to play very well in addition.
Do you think how much of the luck factor with the turnovers? Number one team in the league in turnover margin.
I've often felt that turnovers forced are more random than turnovers lost. In other words, you have to be in the right place to take advantage of a fumble or make the interception. Whereas on offense, it's often a lack of concentration, it's a lack of decision making or poor decision making that causes the turnover. So one of the handicapping factors that I look at extremely I use it really both in college and pro football, but especially the NFL, is I look for teams that have shown a tendency to not commit very many turnovers as opposed to turnover margin or turnovers forced, because I believe that there's more that goes into the tendency to commit a turnover than the ability to force or recover turnovers.
Andy, how much you certainly know about this the survivor pools as far as it, in proxy and in doing them yourself. How popular of a survivor pick are the Cincinnati Bengals going to be this week with Flacco giving them more production from the quarterback and playing the lowly Jets at home on Sunday?
Yeah, that was one of the ones that I sort of said, what was I thinking of with the Jets? I mean, at least they showed improvement over Denver, but they almost had to show improvement over a minus 10 net passing yard the other day against Carolina, which, by the way, and of course, Bryce Young expected to miss this week, and he isn't playing okay, but that running game has really made a huge difference. And I wouldn't be surprised. Carolina should be a play-on team, at least over the next few weeks. They're playing with confidence. They're playing with momentum, and you got the two really good running backs now, so that opens things up a little bit as far as creativity on offense goes. As far as the survivor this week, this past week, it was much like the week before. You didn't lose all that many contestants, so there's still about 4,200 still about. But yeah, Cincinnati, I think, has gotten a big boost, and considering the way that the AFC North is going, Pittsburgh suffered that loss to the Bengals last week, which opened things up for really the rest of the division, because Cleveland got a little win too, and they might, when you got defense, you can always be in most games, depending upon the offense you're going up against. But Cincinnati's still a player. We heard word that Lamar Jackson did not practice yesterday for Baltimore, and that it'll really come down to what he does on Wednesday and Thursday as far as being eligible. It almost suggests that maybe they just want to take it as slow as possible for him. But all of a sudden, with Flacco, what he did with Cincinnati, and again, it's not a surprise. Remember, he had 4 days to prepare for the first game when the trade occurred, I think on Tuesday of the previous week, and then he had just 4 days to prepare after that for the game against Pittsburgh. And I expected him to show some improvement with more familiarity, but now that he's going to have a full week to work with the Bengals offense, it's going to be, I would think, as good as last week, but certainly you'd have to think that that the Jets aren't playing as well as Pittsburgh was. Pittsburgh looked really good in the first stages of the game defensively, and Cincinnati sort of took off. So Bengals, I think, are looking at it now that, hey, if we can get to 5-4, and we still have 8 games to go, and Baltimore, Lamar Jackson may be back, but he may get a couple of defensive starters back, but they still have to show that that defense can play at a much better level when healthy than it has so far.
I think another popular pick would have been the Falcons this week against the Dolphins and their embattled coach, but now we're hearing stories about Michael Penix's availability for Sunday that we may not have sorted out until later in the week.
Well, how about his home and away splits?
They do have a capable backup that they were not tempted, that they were given offers for, but decided not to trade.
Old man Cousins, see if he can get out there if he has to go.
Maybe he'd be a little bit closer to 100% than when he tried to play last year. That was really ugly.
There's under no circumstances could I consider Miami as a play in that game. It's a question, do you play Atlanta or pass? And I think as we get more clarification about the quarterback situation as we get towards the weekend, that decision will be
Charlie,
made.
did you see McDaniel with his Lane Kiffin Sun Bowl outfit on?
I did.
I mean, he was worried about one thing, staying out the weather conditions.
Dead man walking.
Yes, yeah. And they said they're going to stay with them a little bit longer. We will see. Anything you like in college football this week, Andy?
Haven't had a real chance to go through everything the way I like, but one game that caught my attention is actually a very interesting game in the MAC between Western Michigan and Miami of Ohio, and they have basically identical paths this year. Both teams started 0-3, and now they've each won 4 in a row. Miami is at home. They're, I think, about a 2.5, 3-point favorite in that range. Didn't get a chance to check it this morning. But I like the way that Miami has played. They had a lot to replace this year. It was about 10 years ago, Chuck Martin, who's still the coach, I think it was like his second or third year, Miami, actually they returned a better team, but it was like his third season there about 10 years ago, and they lost their first 6 games, and they ended up finishing the season with 6 straight wins, ended up losing by 1 point to Mississippi State in their bowl game. So they've shown that they can overcome a slow start. Of course, so has Western Michigan, but Miami has the better pedigree program. They've been a contender in the MAC so many times. I mean, you go back over the last couple of decades, it's usually been Toledo, Miami of Ohio, and Ohio U. So I like Miami. The price is nice. They played well at home. They did lose 1 game in that 3-game stretch to start the season. But this is a quality program. I like the coaching. And, you know, when a guy has the kind of success he's had at Miami and stays at Miami, that tells you something about his commitment to the program. And I think that the team recognizes that. So it's a good spot for Miami of Ohio, laying a short number with a chance to, well, both teams have the chance to extend their winning streaks to 5 rather. I think Miami gets it done.
DeQuan Finn, who played at Toledo, went to Baylor, is back, is starting to improve a little bit as of late after a little bit of a slow start. Threw 3 interceptions before his first touchdown of the season against UNLV, but that was against different competition. So the Miami of Ohio now, they're one in, let me see real quick. They've won their last, they won 4 in a row. So it's lost their first 3.
So is Western. Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
So it's a matchup between 2 teams that started slowly and are playing well, but I just prefer the, what are they now, the Red Hawks?
Yeah, well, those MAC teams have to play. They got to get their paychecks and playing the stronger teams early in the year, usually out of the Big Ten. Follow Andy on.
Interestingly, they both lost their first games to Big Ten teams that are now lower tier this year. I think Wisconsin beat Western 17-0, and I think Michigan State beat Miami like 23-7. And both of those Big Ten teams, those were the highlights of their season so far.
Follow Andy on Twitter at VegasAndy711. He's with us every Sunday as part of Football Sunday. 2-0 week. Andy, think you cleaned up me and Max's mess this past week. So we're good. Let's keep it up. We'll talk to you on Sunday.
Okay, guys, have a good week. Look forward to Sunday.
Don't forget our friends at K&M Automotive on Segan Lane, 8445 Segan Lane near Perkins, right across from Ambrosia Bakery. Anything goes wrong with your vehicle, the engine light comes on. We're not trained mechanics. Bring it over to K&M Automotive. Electronic issues, general services like brake jobs or oil changes, AC service, belts and hoses, tires, electrical work. Go see my buddy Jason Payne. Going to give you an honest deal, not going to upcharge you for unnecessary work. They're open 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. K&M Automotive, 8445 Segan Lane, just off of Perkins.
Live at Mike Anderson's Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at Lunch.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Buzzy Hydell for the Morris Insurance Group. Outdoorsmen in the state might be having a tough time right now finding policies to fit on the properties they love. If you've got a hunting camp, a boat, or an RV that has been difficult to insure, we want you to look again. For owners or renters, the Morris Insurance Group can help you all the way to the duck camp or the fishing boat. We also have policies on coastal properties, including flood insurance to let owners protect themselves in the event of damage. For your camps, boats and trailers, four-wheelers, ATVs, and tractors, get a quote today at morris-ig.com or call 225-201-0007.
Workbox can handle all of your movable storage needs, commercial and residential. Our shipping containers come in various sizes, 8x8, 8x10, 8x20, or even 8x40 feet. Not just one size. These units can be customized for any use. Custom lunchrooms, offices, work sites for plumbers or welders, dual purpose, part office, part storage, climate control, shelving, lighting, using different materials, whatever you need. Give my buddy Martin Padial at Workbox a call at 343-4886, 343-4886, and WorkboxLLC.com.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
The Pierreport Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierreport. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at thibodeaustore.com.
By now, you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crowntown Room at Dozy Place. The Crowntown Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with the sriracha glaze. For the perfect blend of sweet and spicy, you can't go wrong also with the flash-fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Dozy Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at 1045 ESPN and on Instagram at ESPN 1045. For a look behind the scenes, highlights from our shows, the chance to participate in exclusive contests, and more with 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
After further review with Matt Moscona, weekday afternoons at 3 on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. Live at Lunch with Ott and Yanni from Mike Anderson Seafood on Lee Drive on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Remember, you can always get the show on demand, 1045ESPN.com, LouisianaSports.net, brought to you by Supreme Rice, supporting Louisiana farmers since the 1930s. Go to SupremeRice.com. Blue Jays win Game 7 last night, get into the World Series. 2 LSU Tigers will be on the opposing teams trying to get a ring. Probably remember the guy pitching for the Blue Jays, Kevin Gausman, who pitched in relief last night in Game 7. Is his first. He has been in the playoffs many times, but this is his first trip to the World Series. He's been in the Division Series, been in the Championship Series, now in the World Series with Toronto. And Paul Gervais, who is in the Dodger bullpen up there for Los Angeles. So It's an exciting Game 7 last night. I got to be honest with you. I have no ties at all to the Seattle Mariners, but I felt for their fan base to get that close to your first ever World Series. And George Springer, who's done it before in the postseason, kind of ruined those dreams last night.
He's good, man. He's clutch, and he has been on fire from their first game in the playoffs. I mean, he started what series was that? I mean, the first pitch started with a home run. He hit another double to start off another game. I mean, he is in Seattle when they're down 2-0. He they
30
got it. Just he's been so good and so clutch. So many. He's got like 23 postseason home runs.
Yes, it's fourth all time.
God.
Not exactly the name you put up there, fourth all time. But the Astros played so many games.
I thought it was one of the best playoff hitters of this generation.
The numbers bear that out. The numbers bear that out.
It's so clutch.
First class, second class, no class. When we return to Mike Anderson's 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Now, everybody's been to Louis Cafe by campus. Heck, it's been around since over 80 years now. We're still doing delicious omelets like the Mitchell, cheesy grits, Big Cheesy Lou, and those Louis' original Cajun hash browns. We now offer a pickup window. Just call in your order at 346-8221. Give us 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll have it ready for you. Our hours are now 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So next time you visit campus, make it a point to stop by and visit an old friend. Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs, no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Text Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
Attention vehicle owners. Before you trade your transportation, let K&M Automotive give your vehicle a new lease on life with a remanufactured product from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. A Jasper remanufactured engine, transmission, or differential will extend your vehicle's life, giving you the extra cash to do the things you really enjoy. And Jasper offers a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide parts and labor warranty. K&M Automotive, 636-2875. That's K&M Automotive, Siegen near Perkins.
Do you know what you would do if you were in a car wreck? It's easy to panic when you or someone you care about is hurt in an accident. Who will pay the medical bills? Who will pay the car repair? Who will deal with the insurance companies for you? Protect your rights. You need someone you can trust. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 343-1111. The law offices of O.C. Brown will handle everything for you. 343-1111 or online at ocbrown.com. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
The Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at thibodeaustore.com.
Looking for the right job with the right company? TRICARE Automotive is hiring, and if you apply today, you can have weekends off as your signing bonus. Join our team at TRICAREautomotive.com now. That's right, weekends off.
So get to TRICARE. Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge. Live at lunch, first class.
I want a seat in first class where I was booked and ticketed over a month ago.
Second class.
No man should be subjected to the indignity of being labeled or treated like a second-class citizen.
And no class.
Life had become like school on Sunday. No class. I'll tell you what then. Why don't you call me sometime when you have no class?
First class, second class, and no class. Brought to you by Supreme Rice. Buy local with Louisiana-based Supreme Rice since 1936.
And return here at Mike Anderson Seafood Wesley at Nicholson. Come by and see us for lunch right here in the front bar. All right, a lot of stuff to get to. Even in the heart of football season, I got to put in first class the greatest baseball game I've ever seen played by Shohei Ohtani on Friday night. Jimmy, I'm old
playoff,
enough.
Regular, ever, anything,
ever
okay.
that I've seen in the major leagues.
I mean, I guess the playoffs have to carry,
I think they do. One of the first, if not the first, baseball games I ever remember watching on network television was when Reggie Jackson hit 3 home runs in the World Series off the Dodgers in '77. It was about
a little bit more competitive series, and that was a World Series.
Much more. Okay, and Reggie Jackson
he threw
at that
5 scoreless in that game.
Yeah, he didn't pitch at all. The stardom that Reggie Jackson had. He was the biggest star in New York City at the time, okay? The Yankees were the pinnacle. The Jets weren't very good. The Giants weren't very good. The Knicks weren't very good at that time. The Yankees were everything, and Reggie was the straw that stirred the drink, the famous line. But he didn't pitch. He didn't throw 6 shutout innings with 10 strikeouts with the 3 home runs. And yeah, that was the World Series, and this was the championship series. But I've never seen anybody do that. Not in a game of that magnitude. I mean, as good as it gets.
How many players haven't had the chance to do that?
I can't remember very many starting pitchers that
you got to go back
hit.
to. You got to go back to the National League when no DH. Okay,
Yeah.
and one that sticks out to me is 1984 NLCS. Sutcliffe is a Cy Young Award winner.
Mm-hmm.
He throws a shutout, and he hits a home run.
Right, and help
14-0 game.
And help me out. It wasn't one game, but the series. Chad Auger had a couple of wins and some hits in that series against
because he had
the Marlins.
Because they were on the road.
Yeah,
they had to use. They had to hit for themselves on the road.
But for one game, I've never seen anything like that. I've never even heard anything like this.
There's no comp.
Gotta mention that. Another thing I've never seen, and I know for a fact you haven't either, because it's never happened before, was that fourth quarter on Sunday between Denver and the Giants. Denver went into the fourth quarter scoreless and scored 33 points. There were 46 points scored in the fourth quarter alone. There were 3 lead changes in the last 2 minutes. Jimmy, I watched it play by play. We were watching kind of on the survivor angle, because a lot of people, about 10% of the field, had Denver to knock them out. It was 19-0 going into the fourth quarter. I've never seen a team that did nothing offensively for 3 quarters, completely shut out, then do that in the fourth quarter. And both of the quarterbacks, the young quarterbacks, the second-year guy, the rookie guy, both of them made some very big plays. Some of them with their feet, and both of them made big mistakes, and the biggest one was Jackson Dart's interception deep in their own territory. That's what really gave Denver the life to come back and win this thing.
Yeah, Jackson Dart plays so well against a really good defense, maybe the best defense in the NFL on the road, to build that lead. But then, I mean, they're down 16 or so, whatever it was, with
19.
like 4.5 minutes to go. I mean, it's just so. But
18. I'm sorry, 18 with the interception.
Yeah, the interception was bad though, and that gave them a chance. You saw then the craziness where bad interference call. Peyton makes contact with the ref. He gets it. But then they scored too early, but they wanted it. They had to review it. They're like, well, no, we don't really want the review. And then, of course, they come down. But Bo Nix is the one. This is the second time for Nix, 14-point deficit in the fourth quarter, and they win. 14-plus deficit at the Eagles.
Philadelphia, yeah.
At Philadelphia, okay? So both games he stunk, absolutely stunk for 3 quarters, and then has a great thing is, he was 9 of 10 in a Philadelphia game at the end, including the really good pass on the 2-point conversion. Peyton, the plays he calls, he is scared to death of him. They had a 4th and 1, 4th and 2 at the goal line, 4th and goal from the 2. He throws like this little extended hand out. He's not letting him read anything. He's not letting him make any decisions. But then at the end, you just got to let him play. In Sandlot ball, he seems like he's more where he doesn't have to think. They go hurry up. It just looks it's an interesting tug of war between a very respected play designer, offensive coach, and he's his quarterback. He shut that down earlier when he struggled. But man, it's been some weird thing. I have seen a flip side. I did see a flip side of that. Tina went up and down the field and then couldn't do anything in college on Saturday. When do you go to Georgia in this era? Wow. First possession, touchdown. Second possession, and these are short fields. First 5 possessions, long touchdown drives. You finish the game 3 and out, 3 and out, 4 and out. Huh?
I was shocked. You're right.
Wow.
It's the exact opposite, and I'm glad you brought that game up because this is extending first class. Players that came up big and their teams needed pretty much every bit of it. Gunnar Stockton. Bulldogs won that game 43-35. Stockton counted for 5 touchdowns, 4 through the air, 1 on the ground, and he ran for 59 yards and a 5.9-yard average. Now, most of what Georgia did in this game, they dominated on the ground. They rammed it down Ole Miss's throat for over 200 yards, but Stockton was a part of that, and then he threw 4 touchdown passes on top of that.
Say a good second half?
What's that?
Ball never hit the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was,
12 for 12.
He was pretty good.
Second half.
Here's another one that they had to have it. Sam Levitt, quarterback for Arizona State.
Yes.
Practiced all week in a boot. They were underdogs to Texas Tech, who was undefeated. Now, Texas Tech had an injury at quarterback, too. They had to start the freshman instead of the senior. But Sam Levitt, who spent a good portion of the week practicing in a boot, threw for 319 yards and a touchdown against Texas Tech in the 26-22 victory. Crucial for Arizona State to stay in the Big 12 race. They had already lost at Utah without Levitt. So the Sun Devils get a big win, and Levitt was a big part of that.
In the hundreds in quarterback rating entering that game. In the hundreds.
Was he really?
Yes, he's had a horrible year, and they needed everything. Texas Tech, #1 rush defense in the country, so he had to do it. He had a great game. Texas Tech stormed back in that game, took the lead late, and then he drove them down again for a touchdown. What's that?
Remember he missed that game last week, kind of out of nowhere. It was like Sam Levitt. He's got an ankle
Utah,
injury.
yeah, like
what really happened?
He practiced Wednesday with a boot.
Yeah.
Rumors were last week the game he missed, pickup basketball. Hurt his ankle. That's a tough thing to go through in the middle of the season.
Remember he was bad in Starkville and that loss. He's been bad this year, but boy, he brought it back. He was great on Saturday against the best defense they played by far.
Last one in first class, Jeremiah Love, the Notre Dame running back. They win 34-24 against USC. 228 yards on the ground, another 37 through the air. I like C.J. Carr. I think he's got a little special factor to him, but the best player on that Notre Dame offense is Jeremiah Love, and they had to have it. This was a high-scoring game. They needed it. He was there.
I think Carr is better. I think Love certainly the best on that night, but played a Lincoln Riley team and handed the ball off against Lincoln Riley. We thought they had a little bit more physicality because they out-physicaled Michigan the week before in the Coliseum. But no, Carr did not have a good game though on Saturday night. It was one of his worst games this year. He's young. He's a first-year starter. Oh, I like him.
Yeah, I like him.
Some teams just lined up under center and still hand the ball off.
Can you do that?
Georgia
and
Notre Dame. You brought up 2 of them.
Is that
Yes.
still legal? Okay. Second class. This is good with a chance to be great. Hang in with me. The New Orleans Saints are having a really good season by what they were supposed to do. If you had delusions of grandeur about this being a playoff team or a team that would make a run or anything, that a weak division or anything like that, God bless. Everybody needs diehard fans that have unbridled optimism that can't see anything. But if you're a realistic Saints fan, you knew that going into this year you needed to do some things. First of all, you didn't need to spend a bunch of money in free agency. Well, they spent probably more than they should have, but not as bad. You didn't need to trade away any draft choices. Okay, fine. You need to change the coaching staff. You did that. Then you needed to start losing some games, but you needed to show some kind of life in them. Well, they have lost all but one. They're 1-6. They are pacing for a very high draft pick to probably be able to fix the quarterback situation next year. You wanted to get some younger players in. Well, Jonas Sanker, Danny Stutzman, Quincy Riley has started the last 2 games. He had a pick on Saturday. Calvin Banks looks like he's settled in very nicely at left tackle. Okay, you're getting some younger guys up there. Next thing you wanted to do, you wanted to have an idea of what you had at quarterback. Well, Spencer Rattler's gone out there for 7 games, and he is he's better than we thought. He's done a better job. He has, but you think you wanted to see what
Sunday.
He was terrible Sunday. Okay, before that he had been pretty good. No, he had been adequate before that. So now 13 games in as a starter, you know what you have in Spencer Rattler. You have a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay, God bless. You have a backup quarterback. You have maybe a very good
Max,
backup
you
quarterback.
disagree?
Well, what were you saying a week ago? Were we saying
That
he's
he's
definitely
probably-
a backup?
We'll
Sunday,
see some more.
Sunday he was throwing in bouquets left and right.
I said he has
So
played well.
one game
okay?
and we've just completely given up. What
No,
about
well,
Caleb Williams? What
no, he's
about all
1 and
these
12.
other guys?
It was start 25 for him, right? We can. That's our rule, right? Start 20 when you get your final
13.
judgment. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Charlie. Another
We've
foul.
completely given. I hear people want to bench him. Like, dude, he was great until last week, and now we're down with him.
See, the
He's
thing
dead.
is, he wasn't great. He was adequate. He wasn't turning the ball over. How many big plays is he making? Really? I mean,
for how much time he has, not bad. He made one to Sheed the week before.
He's got some weapons. Okay, he's got a Shaheed, he's got Olave, he's got Kamara. Up until this weekend, he had Kendre Miller. The offensive line, yeah, okay. I think he's a backup quarterback, and I think that you will see Shuck in the second half of the season, probably in 2 weeks after they lose to the Bucs and the Rams, and they're 1-8 at that point. And then you'll see Shuck, and we'll see if we got anything there. So you're pacing along fine there. You've traded for a couple of wide receivers that aren't playing, but okay. Than that, you've done this is a rebuilding year. This is what rebuilding entails. You have a 1-6 record. You are pacing towards what will probably be a 3 or 4 win season. You'll have your draft pick, and you can go about fixing things. No, it doesn't fix the problem with the general manager, but at least for the rest of this stuff, I'm real pleased with where they are. This is what is necessary to build for the future. So, and if Spencer Rattler all of a sudden becomes a high-level starting quarterback in the league, I will say I was wrong. I think when it's over, he will have spent more time in the league as a backup than a starter. That's all I'm saying.
His tone has changed just a tad in 49 hours, Max.
Yeah,
Yes.
look, is he probably a backup? Yes, but you were just declaratively saying
I
that
didn't
he
say
is,
bench him.
No, you said he's a backup. You said he's a
That's what
career
I think
backup.
he is. I think he will be a backup.
Might be.
It might be, but a lot has changed in what,
Well,
4 days?
that's what
I
we
mean,
do. We
that's-
project on this show. I'm projecting that he will be a backup quarterback.
49 hours ago, you projected just the opposite way.
49 hours ago, he didn't go out and turn the ball over 4 times.
He was. It was his worst performance.
Yeah.
His worst start. I mean,
And I'm
was.
not saying he should be benched or cut or anything. I've seen what I've seen. I think he's a backup quarterback. You may disagree, but I think he's a long range. He's a backup quarterback.
So if we
in the
can
league.
overreact in one game, if he goes great this week, is he back to being a starter, or is he still a backup? He just doesn't get the same.
They're going to keep him as a starter if he plays better this week.
See when Brian Kelly started? Everybody's just lost their damn mind.
Well, you guys.
You good? Would the chance to be great? Loomis still involved?
He's still there for now.
Wake me up when it's over. Y'all can see. That's y'all seg.
The trade deadline is in 2 Tuesdays. They will be 1-8 by that time. Even the most delusional general manager cannot think.
Can't beat
you
the
want
Bucs
to do
at
anything
home?
other
In
than
a dome?
I don't think they will. They could. It's an NFL game, but do I think they will? No, I don't. So then you can potentially pick something up at the trade deadline 2 Tuesdays from now. I think the rebuild's going.
Pick up? No, you need to unload.
I said pick up draft choices for.
Oh, yeah.
for
Oh,
players.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Pretty clear you're a seller.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that this season, for what it was supposed to accomplish, is progressing along just fine. No class.
5.5 was their win total before. We got bet down a little bit, but yeah, they're trending under. So
Yeah. No class. Got to start with Carson Beck. 4 interceptions for Miami, 2 touchdown favorite against Louisville. No ranked teams left on the schedule. I don't want to say cakewalk to the playoffs, but certainly a favorable run in the playoffs. He throws 4 interceptions, could have thrown a 5th, got bailed out on a penalty.
Yep, roughing the passer would have been his 5th. Last one got tipped, but he was bad in this one, and I thought Miami was bad too. And they're a line of scrimmage team. They said, man, they only rushed the ball for 63 yards. That's not helping your quarterback out. So it was a team effort. Cristobal got absolutely worked on the bench by Jeff Brom. Penn State, you want a guy who beats ranked teams, top 5 teams? That's your guy, Jeff Brom, who's done it at a higher clip than him.
Hey,
go steal him away from his alma mater.
How much do you love home? 100 million worth?
How much do you love Brom?
No, how much do you love staying home if you're him?
Everybody has their price, Charlie. You know that.
That's right. So what? That's why I was asking. What is it? No, Joey.
I know. You think they're offering him? I think they think they're better than that. Well, here's a guy. Because what's the name? The AD worked with Temple with Matt Rule.
Yeah.
I mean, we called that this great Nebraska season. Really? Their best win is against Maryland.
Yeah, and they got it handed to them the other night. No, class. Joey Aguilar made. I'm sorry, he's played well this season, but that pick 6 at the end of the first half did Tennessee in. 16-7. You're inside the 2-yard line. There's 11 seconds to go. So if you're Tennessee, you got to be thinking, okay, we may get this to 16-14. We get it to 16-10, and if we don't make the touchdown, worst case, we missed a chip shot field goal. We're 16-7. No. He threw the ball on the outside, and Alabama picked it off and ran it back for a touchdown. So it's 23-7 Alabama at the half. He's played well this year. He's done a lot of exciting things, but you can't make that play.
It's what he does. It's what he did at Appalachian State. I mean, he makes plays and he makes mistakes. He's got a bit of a gunslinger, so that's his 6th interception this year. So, and with a couple of, a few rental wins in there, like East Tennessee State, UAB, Syracuse, not much defense. Arkansas, no defense as well. So, I mean, any type of real defense. Mississippi State, he threw 2. Alabama, he's thrown 1. Georgia, he threw 2. So, when he plays any type of defense, he makes mistakes. So, it's kind of what he does. He fires. And he got away with some in that Syracuse game as well, in that opener up in Atlanta.
Got to give Duke credit. When they flame out spectacularly. They played Illinois earlier in the season. 5 turnovers in that game. This time against Georgia Tech, a fumble, botched field goal, 4th down penalty. Outgained Georgia Tech 238-110 in the first half and had a 7-7 tie. Then the defense collapses and gives up 17 points in the 4th quarter. I know you watched this game.
2nd and goal. Get in the shotgun. That turned the game around. You allowed penetration. You cough it up, 100-yard scoop and score. It's a true 14-point turnover. I mean, you saw them do it later. They did. They failed to convert on the short yardage again. It's like they should make 3rd and 8s instead of 3rd and 1s. But, Shane Beamer, same thing against Oklahoma. Getting a shotgun on short yardage situation. Couldn't get it done. So you got to get under center. It's LSU at times, too, getting a shotgun in short yardage as well. Huh? Don't tell me you can't practice getting under center. Don't tell me you don't have time all damn off season to get this. Hey, starting center, backup center, need you to come out 20 minutes before I throw it to my wide receivers. Snap the ball. Yeah, that's it. Snap the ball. Yeah.
And one last one, one of the most shocking stats of the weekend. Texas preseason #1 in the country, certainly #1 in the SEC. Kentucky preseason 15th in the SEC. I think there's a pretty good chance they're going to finish 16th in the league. And somehow Kentucky out first down Texas 26-7, outgained them 395-179, had the ball for 40 minutes instead of 20 minutes, and somehow managed to lose
26-8
game.
Yeah.
Huh?
I thought I had 26-8 on that.
That's what I said.
You said 7.
I wrote down 8.
That was the biggest disparity in success rate for winning team in all of college football this week.
Another one. Get stuffed on 2nd and goal for the 1. What you going to run? Up the middle. Get stuffed on third and goal for the 1. First overtime, you had the ball first. Mm-hmm. So get that 4th down, what do you run? We'll run up the middle again. See that wall? Keep beating it. And get my hand off the stove, betting Auburn. You know, some things you just,
Well,
you gotta.
I could have put Auburn in here, but I decided to lay off.
Stoops even told his brother that's enough when he was getting after the official. Like, it's a mess in Kentucky.
Ordinarily,
it is a mess.
With that kind of yard discrepancy, you would think a timeout, a turnover somewhere. One turnover the whole game. Did have 2 punt returns.
You say emotion on the letdowns don't happen in college football. Texas has failed to cover in the game following Red River rivalry since 2017.
It's a great stat. It's a great stat, and those teams play with some emotion in Dallas on that.
First class, second class, no class. Brought to you by Supreme
Rice, baby, parboiled rice. It's a restaurant quality rice, long grain rice, but all the nutrients of the brown rice. And man, at Supreme Rice, not only are we doing a lot multi-generation rice farmers in Louisiana, but also part of our Climate Smart program, looking out for future generations for Louisiana rice farmers.
Pick it up at all of your AG food stores, your Rouses, your Walmarts, anywhere you buy rice. Make it Supreme Rice, the Climate Smart program. For a little more information, go to supremerice.com. Live at lunch from Mike Anderson's 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Ruffino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Ruffino's is a steak, seafood, and Italian-inspired restaurant that focuses on the celebration of life, regardless of the occasion. Whether it's the food they serve or the service they provide, their goal is to ensure a remarkable experience for their guests that is always remembered. To view our menu, visit ruffinosrestaurant.com. Ruffino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Now, everybody's been to Louis Cafe by campus. Heck, it's been around since over 80 years now. We're still doing delicious omelets like the Mitchell, cheesy grits, Big Cheesy Lou, and those Louis Original Cajun hash browns. We now offer a pickup window. Just call in your order at 346-8221. Give us 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll have it ready for you. Our hours are now 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So next time you visit campus, make it a point to stop by and visit an old friend. Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. An authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummins generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
Baton Rouge, get ready for a fiesta of flavor. Whether you're craving sizzling fajitas, cheesy enchiladas, or the best margaritas in town, Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill have you covered. Bring the family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. From fresh guacamole to mouth-watering tacos that hit just right, it's not just a dinner, it's a celebration. So why wait? Tonight, make it Las Palmas or make it Rio Cantina, 2 local favorites serving up authentic Mexican taste right here in Baton Rouge. Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill, where every night's a fiesta.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars. Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources, we'll help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in LaPlace and Plaquemine.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite places to eat, Snow Seafood and Steaks, celebrating its 50th anniversary. That's right, since 1971, Snow's has been serving a wide assortment of menu items to please everyone. Steaks, seafood, gumbo, homemade soup, salad, specialty cocktails, great wine selection, and oh yes, the best white chocolate bread pudding that you'll find anywhere. It's the total dining experience. Happy 50th anniversary to my friends at Snow Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway at Highway 74 in Gonzales.
Live at lunch with Ott and Yanni from Mike Anderson Seafood on Lee Drive on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
And we're back here at Mike Anderson's Live at Lunch. We're also brought to you by the Thibodeau Store and the Pierre Part Store, now expanding into LaRose and Lockport. Both of those stores just opened up within the last month for all your hardware, your power tools, your hand tools, but all of your outdoor accessories as well, your outdoor kitchens, your tailgating equipment, going down to Thibodeau, fishing gear if you're going down to the coast fishing. Jimmy, it feels like it's not just a hardware store, but it is a little bit of everything that you could possibly.
You get your groceries at the Pierre Part Store, and you get a Charlie. You can, it's a Pierre Part Store type of deal where you got your green egg in the back, and you're grilling, you're turning it over, and you're blowing the leaves at the same time. I mean, you got to. I mean, you just that's what it is, man. I mean, why not? I mean, it's just everything imaginable for outdoor cooking, on-site cooking, for tailgating, or in your backyard in your outdoor kitchen. It's an absolute must-stop. A little slice of heaven for you outdoor cooks like myself. Pierre Part Store, the Thibodeau Store, the LaRose or Lockport Store, all the stores.
TheThibodeauStore.com is the website that will get you to all four of them. We had an update on those numbers yesterday from
They
LSU.
updated them and they went sideways. So
this is LSU
this
football
was
here.
And I looked them up yesterday. 32-31 yards per play offense for LSU is 62. Yards per play defense is 20. So you guys guessed. It's a gloom and doom Monday yesterday. It was Black Monday. So Charlie, you guessed 90. On the 62. Max had 105 instead of 62. And the defense 20. Charlie, you had 31. And 47. And Max had 50. So this is the season of the angry college football fan. You're asking more of us, and we ain't getting more. That damn Indiana Vanderbilt causing a lot of angst.
You think the people that are screaming the loudest are the ones giving the money or the ones not giving the money? Because there's a lot more of them that are not giving the money. Just the general fan angst.
Well, those fall upon deaf ears.
But they tend to be the loudest.
So what? Doesn't matter. They really don't count. I mean, they really don't, Charlie.
You think athletic directors don't sometimes succumb to public pressure?
No. If you talk about people like attending the games. And they're not going.
Yeah,
the empty seats.
That's part of it.
That's people that's bringing. That's paying money.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So
I meant.
But then you have your different levels.
Versus
I'm sorry, but every business has more valued customers. And I mean, you're a Diamond Club member or you're a Sapphire.
All
right.
I understand, and I've been both at different times.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, and rightfully so. And now more than ever, they've always had a voice, but their voice is stronger. I mean, when you publicize what you did out of Gainesville last week and say, hey, the booster, it's being reported, like on shows that don't even cover college football. So boosters at Florida saying that they are not going to continue their support if there's not a direction change for the football program at the University of Florida. Well, I mean, the fix is in. Win, lose, or draw, Sunbelt Billy, you gone. And they won, and he's gone.
And that's been out there for at least a year, if not more than that.
But why nobody leaks that?
No, that was a ridiculous
they would
thing
soften
that they did.
the blow, win, lose, or draw, and we don't want you to have a chance to beat Georgia.
Do you think that the big money boosters fired James Franklin at Penn State or the outside noise?
Oh, the boosters.
Okay.
100%.
Went in there after the third loss and said, that's it.
Oh, no, they went out. They were in there way before the third loss. Oh, yeah.
I think
they were
after the second one at UCLA.
Yeah. Now
they could have tolerated the one.
They just went down. They went down the hall from their suite to the AD suite during the Northwestern game. When you want to talk about first downs, when Northwestern has 10 more first downs than Penn State? Should never happen.
No.
Texas should never have, 18 more first downs. Kentucky 18 more. But that shouldn't happen at home. And look, preseason rankings get you 5. But no, it was before. It was the Oregon loss. Man, that was. Do you don't think it deflated that locker room?
I think it deflated the locker room. But if they'd have gone out and beaten UCLA the way that everybody expected them to,
it would have. Okay,
I mean, he wasn't getting fired. Okay.
100%. But if you don't think they started before the season started, Charlie. If not now, then when? If not this year, then when?
And he made the playoff
with their
last year. He won
preseason schedule.
And
preseason number 2, looking for a Power 4 win.
And he
7 games
he
in.
won playoff games last year. I said earlier in the show, you go 2 years at a place like that and don't get to the playoffs, you're probably out.
No, but he won 2 playoff games.
He won 2 playoff games and still got fired. So,
do those count as playoff wins?
Yes,
they do. SMU and Boise, they do.
They let him in the playoffs.
It's another thing that adds to him. Because we can't be in the top 12. Well, the top 12 don't make it to the playoff.
No, it's 11. It may be 10. You're right.
I think more accurate is that the top 10 are getting in, and then they got their automatics.
The Big 12 going to
Did
Big 12 champion going
Clemson top 10 after they won last year? I don't think so.
No, they were.
Okay, that's my point.
They weren't. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Big 12 champion.
So
probably
Boise wasn't.
No, they weren't.
Was Arizona State? No.
No, they lost.
That's
2 games.
9.
They lost 2 games.
So,
well,
a lot of people angry, Charlie.
More than 5. Huh?
But come on, man, you know that the golden rule. He with the gold rules.
Yeah,
I don't care what we do. Follow the money.
But I also think that some of these ADs succumb to the outside pressure besides the boosters too. I think they hear the noise, whether they should or not. But I think they hear the noise.
Noise don't mean anything, man. Noise don't mean anything. Your coach, your AD got pushed all his chips and worked his ass off. Your weakness here, we're going to give you everything you need to compete. There are no excuses to build this roster. And he didn't get done. And then on the other hand, when have we been? Are we 5-2 right now? Mm-hmm. 5-2, and your 2 losses were to top 10 teams on the road by 1 score, and you got this level of pissed off.
It's Ole Miss and Vanderbilt, and it's 5-15 against.
No, I get it.
I mean, that's why.
Well, this is fact too.
Yeah.
So I asked you when. Never.
Oh.
Okay, so when have ever we ask you more out of the boosters? Never.
Coincides.
Don't forget our friends at United Community Bank, the bank.
Come on, man. You're so upset. You can't even read your damn commercial.
I can't get over you asking me who's more impactful, the people with the money or the people
No,
not
I said,
paying.
is the outside noise impactful?
Not like the money. The
No,
local way to
never
bank.
it is,
The
of
local
course.
way to bank. You're running a business. The local way to bank big with locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 50 years. You know, running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. United Community Bank's local business bankers. You're not just a number. You're a partner. Contact Keith Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, David Henry, and Prentice Wilkes. See how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Live at Mike Anderson's Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
The Grand Bayou Casino, conveniently located off I-10 at exit 139 in Gross Ted, offers the latest video poker machines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Got a great staff at the Grand Bayou Casino. Our inviting staff will greet you with complimentary coffee and sodas as you enjoy listening to the curated tunes in our comfortable seating. Make the trip to the Grand Bayou Casino, where players are welcome. The Grand Bayou Casino, I-10 at the Gross Ted exit. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-877-770-STOP. The Grand Bayou Casino.
We're here to examine things that get better with age, like this bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild, vintage 1877. Age can make things more valuable, like this Picasso from his blue period, 1904. And treasured, like this Roto-Rooter jingle, 1954.
Roto-Rooter jingle?
Just listen to it.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name.
And the wind go troubles down the drain.
Roto-Rooter.
The timeless melody.
Roto-Rooter?
The lithe arrangement.
But it's a clog-busting company.
Wrong there. Roto-Rooter has grown into more than a clog-busting company. They're North America's largest full-service plumber and drain cleaner. And when you need Roto-Rooter, remembering this jingle can be priceless.
Roto-Rooter.
For all of your plumbing and drainage solutions, call Roto-Rooter in Baton Rouge at 925-8710. That's 925-8710. Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite places to eat, Snow's Seafood and Steaks, celebrating its 50th anniversary. That's right, since 1971, Snow's has been serving a wide assortment of menu items to please everyone. Steaks, seafood, gumbo, homemade soups, salads, specialty cocktails, great wine selection, and oh yes, the best white chocolate bread pudding that you'll find anywhere. It's the total dining experience. Happy 50th anniversary to my friends at Snow's Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway at Highway 74 in Gonzales.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111 and ocbrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance and Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt.
This season, we've got prep football and double coverage. Hey, it's Cade Wazan inviting you to join me Friday nights at 6 for Louisiana Prep Preview, followed by Catholic High Football on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Then over on Talk 107.3, it's Ken Trahan's original Prep Football Report from 6 to 11 p.m., bringing you live in-game updates, final scores, and check-ins with correspondents from every corner of the state. It's all presented by Dr. Pepper. Scores on Talk. Bears on ESPN. It's our Prep Football double coverage, presented by Dr. Pepper.
The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee. Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny from Mike Anderson Seafood on Lee Drive on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Back here, Mike Anderson's Live at Lunch. Former LSU Tiger Greg Bowser joins us. Greg, what's your level of aggravation, anger, pissed offness? There's plenty to go around this week.
Well, there's a lot to go around, Charlie. I've had a chance to analyze the game like 5 times now, just looking at it. And I think that there's a lot to be mad about, Start on the offensive side. I think that offensively we didn't punch the ball in when we got, and that's a matter of not just being tough enough. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago, going back to one-on-one drills and trying to get physical when they had an open date. You got to when the field shrinks like that, you've got to be able to knock some people off the ball.
And they didn't.
They didn't.
And I don't think that that's something that's. I don't know that that's something that's correctable. At 7 games into the season, your identity is sort of what it. I mean, you can tweak things and you can make some personnel changes, but I don't think you change culturally your identity, what you are, this far into the season.
No, I think you can do some things that help you, Charlie. You can do some things scheme-wise that help you out. I mean, you can do some motions and do things like that. Or you could spread them out and don't bring everybody into the box. You can't knock anybody off the ball. So you go 2 tight ends or 3 tight ends, and you bring everybody into the defense into the box.
Well, Matt Flynn did a good job with his film study. He and Jake were showing that there were times where LSU is going 2 wides to either side. You got everybody spread out, and the box gives you the numbers that. You go look at LouisianaSports.net. Flynn's real good at this stuff, where there are numbers in the box that are screaming, run the football, and they won't do it.
Yeah.
So who's that on? Is that on the sideline? It's on the quarterback.
That's on the sidelines. I mean, they make the call. I think they give him two plays, and he's got a run and a pass.
And we're not talking about him running. We're talking about running.
No,
the
I'm
football.
talking about
Yeah.
the running play.
Yeah.
They normally give you 2 plays. One's a run, one's a pass. And you can check. You can go with either one you want to go with. And he makes the call based on what he sees.
Well,
unless they predetermine they're going to throw the ball anyway.
And I got a real question about that. We did this in our film study against Ole Miss, where Ole Miss had vacated the middle. I mean, vacated the middle and screaming for you to run the football, even if at times you'd have to run it with the quarterback. Now, he did this a couple of times against South Carolina, where he did run the football, and they ran the football better in that game, but back closer to the mean against Vanderbilt. Okay, offensive lack of push up front, lack of toughness. What's next on your list of grievances, Frank Costanza? What else is there?
Everybody talks about LSU rushed for 100 yards?
100 even.
Okay, 60 of those yards came on one play.
The Caden Durham run, yeah.
So you throw that out. So they rushed for 40 yards.
There's not a consistent running game. They have popped some runs. They popped a couple against South Carolina, but there's not a consistent run game.
Not at all. Not at all. And the defensive side, what shocks me is that Vanderbilt didn't punt until the fourth quarter.
Oh, that
LSU too.
that
first punt in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
Vandy.
It was frustrating to see. But
That's the key. You see what he did? Everything I've heard this week.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
You, Saturday, Hunt, yesterday, Greg here, Vandy.
Yeah.
They can't get it past if Vandy's good.
No, I mean last week.
You know why? No. Vandy should never be better than LSU. Okay, but they're better.
Yeah.
Vandy.
According to the rankings this week, they're better than all but 9 teams in the country, and that's hard for people to get there. Maybe that's overrated. Okay.
The other thing on defense, I've always believed that. Look, this season, I thought the defensive secondary was very good, very talented. The defensive line really was disappointing when you watched the film on them. When they rushed the passer, they got out of their rush lanes. They were very undisciplined. All you have to do is keep the guy in the pocket, and and make him throw the ball. But they got out of their rush lanes. They weren't very disciplined. They didn't stay in their rush lanes. That cost them. He'd break out and make the big play.
They have taken some hits up there, and I'm not making an excuse, but Bernard Gooden has had an excellent year. He didn't play Saturday. Gabe Relaford was doing some really nice things. He didn't play Saturday. Whit Weeks didn't play on Saturday. It's not – they have good depth, okay, but they don't have unlimited depth, and they were missing some guys on Saturday. But that's not an excuse. They should not have given up what they gave up.
Right. I mean, we're not asking you to overpower the guy in front of you. Just stay in your rush lanes. Don't be disciplined. Just play your technique. That's all. If you just play your technique, the guy's probably going to trip over you trying to run.
So we can spin these numbers a couple of different ways against Ole Miss. Do you want to say, well, they got off the field 8 times, or that they gave up 480 yards? Do you want to say that they gave up 24 points, which on the road, okay, you should be able to get through with that. Against Vandy, do you want to say that this defense didn't give up a punt until the second half, or do you say, well, you know what, they played well enough for you to be within 1 score if the offense in the fourth quarter, if the offense would do their part a little bit? I mean, I can make the argument either way. I think you got deficiencies on both sides of the ball. There's way more on the offensive side, but the defense hadn't been perfect either.
Well, let's remember, Vandy took a knee inside the 10 to run the clock out.
They did. It feels like, whichever number you want to take, that Vanderbilt bullied LSU.
I think
on
that's
Saturday.
That's exactly how it feels, Charlie. When in watching the game, they certainly bullied you up front, which I didn't think that they could do.
So I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Jimmy on Sunday. Rohan was there. We just say this over and over and over again until we've convinced ourselves of it, is that LSU is the more talented team. Well, they got bullied in the trenches on both sides, and the quarterback for the home team was better than the quarterback for the visitors the other day. Okay, so I'm not telling you that the highest drafted guy won't be off the LSU team. I won't tell you that LSU won't have more drafted guys. But is Vanderbilt more talented than LSU? Can we consider that at this point?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. Look, it's a perfect example. The whole talk is about, you got to spend more money, you got to do all of this. And going into the season, what was the biggest quote that you saw coming out of LSU? This is the most talented roster I've had in 4 years.
Yeah,
it is his best roster.
It is his best roster.
And you don't have the best player, we thought Nussmeier was going to be better. Daniels was the best
But
player he's had on his roster, his second year. But
it's your best
but it is the best roster.
It's the best roster.
Yeah.
You could end
And you
up
can outrust 239
You
to
could end up
100.
8-4,
Yeah.
7-5 if you're not careful. You can spend a lot of money on a roster. If you don't pick the right players, if you don't coach them right, you just got a bunch of high-priced kids.
Okay.
Same thing in NFL.
So everybody more talent. Okay.
Yeah, my thing is, I just get a little aggravated with the fact that, we need more money. We got to spend more. It's not just the money. You still got to coach them. You still got to have a scheme.
Again, I'm going to go back to.
Is Vanderbilt spending more money than LSU?
No, they're not. That part
No.
I'm willing to cop to. But again, all of these offensive linemen were recruited by all these other people. All the linemen last year are now in the NFL. Okay, somebody besides LSU thinks they've got some talent, but they're sure not developing. I even got to ask about a guy like C.J. Daniels, who was on this team last year and had a nice year, but is kind of broken out a little bit.
Wide receivers,
at Miami.
that's not where you lack in talent.
It's
no,
not, but
no.
The quarterback wasn't able to get him. He's playing better over there than he was playing over here.
Well, the players get better. Should get better.
And a lot of them here haven't. A lot of those offensive linemen should have been better by now. They're not.
Offensively, Charlie, you've become a finesse team.
No, I agree with that.
And that's what's happened to you. Just look back over the years. You start talking about, look at all the wide receivers that come out. The reason they come out is because they've been really good, and you throw the ball. When's the last time we had a running back that was rated that high as a wide receiver? It's been a while.
And should we be surprised if Vandy outrushed LSU on Saturday? Vandy's number 21 in the country rushing offense. LSU's number 116.
Right.
So,
And
we're 7 games in now. The stats aren't the end all, but they're more and more of an accurate depiction of what's happening.
And a big part of what Vanderbilt does running the football is with the quarterback, which LSU doesn't have that club in their bag.
Leading rusher on
No,
Saturday.
they don't. And that goes back to what I'm saying is that if you play discipline up front, on the defensive front, stay in your rush lanes, keep the guy in the pocket, make him be a quarterback.
And he did some of that too. He made some plays from the pocket too.
Yeah.
So
first drive, the whole, third down passes from the pocket.
The whole day on Saturday sucked. So let's move to this Saturday. You're an underdog in your state. A&M 7-0, number 3 in the country.
Man, that's going to be a tough football game for LSU to win. But you're at home. You're at home, and if you can't pull it off at home, then the rest of the season is going to be really an issue for you.
I mean, LSU should be able to play with A&M. Arkansas did. I'm sorry.
Arkansas did. So did Auburn. I mean, maybe that game should have been a little bit more separated in the score.
That was a fluky game. But I'm talking about A&M's have had one conference road game. That was in Fayetteville on Saturday. And Arkansas never felt like they were going to win, never had the ball in a one-possession game in the fourth quarter, but they didn't get embarrassed by any stretch either. No. LSU, with all their flaws, is a better team than Arkansas.
Yeah, they are. I don't dispute that at all. It was a one-score game going into the fourth quarter against Florida. It was a 14-3 game against Mississippi State going into the fourth quarter. Those games were in College Station. There's some flaws. You could say that A&M probably maybe should have lost a game by now.
Probably.
Okay. They got a few things broke their way against Notre Dame. Maybe they should have lost a game by now, but they're 7-0.
7-0, and I think this is probably one of the better defenses LSU has seen all year. I think they'll play better.
They certainly were better in that 3-game stretch where Elko took over after the Notre Dame game. Yeah. Now Arkansas got to him, but Talon Green put on a show on Saturday. I mean, that's his upper level, okay? With his feet, with his arm, he's a scary guy. He's not consistent, but man, when he's right, he can turn a game, and he kept Arkansas in it on Saturday.
Yeah.
I don't know that Nussmeier's got certainly not with the legs.
He was
great.
Does
he have a big game in him? Does he have a 380-yard through the air game?
Oh, I think that's unrealistic.
I do too.
I don't think he has one in him. That would be
LSU 2.5-point dog at home. So you got A&M.
I got A&M.
Okay, all right. Well,
I don't have a pick.
You don't have a pick?
I don't pick games.
A little early to quit.
Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com. If your homeowners association requires wood windows like mine does, don't make a mistake and because original construction of my home, I should have gone to relief windows. I didn't. So 10 years later, I'm replacing this one. 12 years later, I'm replacing that one. These windows are built to last in these South Louisiana extreme weather conditions. The heat, the rain, the mold, the snow. I mean, you talk about it, unbelievable. So, and the great thing about it, built using our last wood, the gel wind windows come with a 20-year general warranty and a lifetime limited warranty against rot and termites, providing you years of beauty and minimum maintenance. They look good, they're functional, and they last. Call Relief Windows, 288-8138, and reliefwindows.com.
Live at Mike Anderson's Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
With all of the financial headlines.
Whenever you're ready, Jordan.
It's rolling.
Here's Charles Hanniger. Join us for the Wednesday edition of Live at Lunch from Roca Pizzeria on Government Street in Mid-City. Randy McCade joins us along with Wes Reynolds from VEASAN and Scott Rabelais from The Advocate. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. Wednesday from Roca on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars Rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks in every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO20X and place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets. Open to new users in Louisiana who are 21 or older. Licensed through Horseshoe Bossier City and Caesars New Orleans. Max bet of $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings, $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Have you been arrested or even issued a traffic ticket? Everyone makes mistakes. Hi, I'm Dana Brown from the law offices of O.C. Brown. If you find yourself in an unfortunate situation with the law, call us today, and we can help you resolve your problem, whether it's just a traffic matter or something more serious. No criminal matter is too big or too small for us to aggressively and effectively represent you. Before making any decisions, call us at 225-343-1111 for your free consultation. You can also visit us at ocbrown.com. The law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs, no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
By now, you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crown Sound Room at Dozy Place. The Crown Sound Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with a sriracha glaze. For the perfect blend of sweet and spicy, you can't go wrong also with the flash fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Dozy Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net.
Yeah, but he's friends with us.
Live at lunch with Ott and Yanni from Mike Anderson Seafood on Lee Drive on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
And we welcome you back here at Mike Anderson's. We'll have a new Handycast dropping tonight. Richard and I will do film study tonight. If you want to see exactly what went wrong with LSU and Vandy, we'll have that up on YouTube in the early part of the evening. Got college football. We're in that portion of the thing where we're 49 days in a row. We got some Coosa action on Tuesday night. Kennesaw State, Florida International in the first game. Two LSU opponents in the second game. Western Kentucky, who they play in November, unfortunately, and Louisiana Tech, who they've already played. I'm looking forward to that Western Kentucky game. You know why? Because it's the last damn one that we're going to have of these rental wins in November.
Oh, Western Kentucky?
Yeah. September, and Western Kentucky's not a terrible team. They're 5-2. But that has been always, of all of the scheduling things that aggravate me, the November rental win is at the top of the list. I can deal with at least one or more in September, but in November.
Whoa. No. You have invested way more of your breath on them damn permanents. Come on now. Don't you try.
That's what I've been the most vocal about. Yeah. I can't argue that point. I can't argue that.
Come on. What are you talking?
But I am tired of the
I need to jog it.
Vanderbilt.
Man, everybody, man.
I'm tired of the November rental.
Buy O'Brien, man. Come on, man. Get these guys to come off the line of scrimmage a little bit better. You got the whole damn town up they got them all upside down. Charlie will tell me that's your number. I'll listen to you for 30 years. Okay, my bad.
Thanks, everybody, for participating today.
Come on,
we'll
Bio
be at
Brian. Earn your money,
tomorrow.
boy.
Stay tuned for Hunt.
Live at lunch.